So in this video, I'm going to talk about priorities. So at the end of the day, you need to make a balance between the things that are necessary daily and the things that are like you want to do, but not really necessary, When it comes to a balance, though, you can balance things still. You don't have to say, oh, no, I can't do this anymore. That has to go out the window. That's done. That's in the trash bin. It's over with. I can't do that ever again. You could say no to things that aren't as special or as important as things that down the road will benefit you. I'll give you an example. So say that you're a part of a sport team, any team, a basketball team or a baseball team. Let's just say basketball. You're part of a basketball team. And you are in school and you are not doing too well when it comes to the grades. What's more important? Now, remember, there's a balance. You can try to balance both because, remember, sports are very important. I think that activity is extremely important, and there is a way for you to still do that sporting event, but balance it with schoolwork. But remember, if they do collide, schoolwork is actually more important. I think education is huge when it comes to the mind. I'm not saying that being active isn't great for the mind. Of course it is. But down the road, it becomes more and more beneficial and more important. But when you are young, you need to get your mind straight and you need to pay attention to what teachers are telling you, I'm not saying, I'm not telling you like, oh, I'm getting some B minuses and some C pluses right now. So, I can't really balance it with this or that. You got to decide that on your own, when it comes to the grades. If you're getting all A's and B's, of course, go for it. You can, of course, still balance that with the activity. But what I'm trying to say is that education is very important. You shouldn't be dropping out of high school just to play a sporting event unless you're extremely talented and you're going to be making like the NBA. Then, yeah, I mean, if that's something that scholarships in other colleges are looking for, and they really don't even care about the grades at that point anymore, they care more about your ability and your athleticism, then yeah. But remember, at the end of the day, you're young and it's your decision. When you're in high school or you're in college, you gotta get your mind straight and you gotta grow your mind. You gotta be strong when it comes to the mental abilities of the world. And in order to do that, you gotta stay strong with keeping up with today's programs. You got to know what's going on in the world. You got to know what's going on in society. And you got to, when it comes to math and when it comes to history, when it comes to English and when it comes to science and when it comes to languages and stuff, whatever you're taking in school, some of the things aren't as important when it's in life later on down the road. But, school's all about socializing. It's all about becoming friends with people. It's all about learning and growing your brain. It's not just about, oh, I got to get this grade, so I have to go to this excellent college, and I got to go to Harvard, and I got to get A pluses, and I can become a billionaire. No, I mean, of course, at the end of the day, money is money. You want to get money, right? But some people focus more on the fact that they're getting money and not as important on their health. And that's where this whole thing goes crazy with it. Now I'm going off on it now. Some people are like, oh my gosh, I got a brain. People are smart. And you know what? You could be like a billionaire, have 7 houses, 8 Ferraris, 3 Lambos, and hanging out with like the hottest girls. Or, if you're a girl, then, hanging out with like the guys that are like cool and stuff, But what I'm trying to get at is you can have all that. But if you're a 450-pound overweight, can't breathe that well, and your doctors are saying that you only have like a month to live because of the fact that you're just not taking care of yourself, then yeah, you're doing it all wrong. You care too much about, the money and the house. It's not worth it because you're going to be dead. You're going to be dead at like 35. What's the point? Cut off about 40 years of your life. Now, all those cars, all those girls, all those houses, everything that you just worked hard for, it's gone because you didn't take care of yourself. You got to find a balance to take care of yourself, but at the same time, prioritize your health. A little rap there. Seriously though, you can take care of yourself and prioritize your health at the same exact time. By, of course, still being successful, getting money, and doing the things you love. There's a balance, And I'm not saying that they can be equal because sometimes it's tough, There's only so many hours of the day, but you can't take 45 minutes to do some exercise and then the rest of the day go on with your day and do whatever you have to do to get the money pouring in, to do whatever you have to do. Instead of, this is where the priority comes in. You're picking that, you're picking other things over it. Say you like to go out with your friends and go to Buffalo Wild Wings and have like tons of wings and cheese pizzas and all that and whatever you like to do. Play video games with your friends and eat hot Takis. I don't know. Whatever you like to do. You're picking things that aren't as important as your health. You know how important it is for your health? It's the number one thing. Because the number one cause of death in America is because of the food. It's because of what they're putting in the system. It's the ingredients in these foods that are taking people out one by one. And they're not realizing the difference between healthy and unhealthy foods. They think that just food's food and their taste buds take over. So that's all I got to say about that. Prioritize. There's priorities. You got to pick things that are more beneficial, like your health is number one. And then after that, there's things like, of course, family, friends, and everything else in the world that is very, very important. You got to stand by as well, That's all I got to say. You got to prioritize, And at the end of the day, if you could find balance between like sporting events, schoolwork, church, hanging out with your friends, going to the gym, staying active, but then doing everything that's important, but also doing things that are necessary for the world and combining it into one. It's the balance of life and life itself. Wow, I feel like I'm a preacher today. But yeah, that's what I got to say. And that's what I say, and that's what I believe in. And I'm telling you guys that comes from the bottom of my heart, the top of my heart, the left and right of my heart, the middle of my heart, the center of the heart. The whole heart comes to it. And I'm telling you guys what I believe in and what I think is necessary. And I want everybody to stay healthy and everybody to be loved and everybody to be motivated to push harder and be stronger each and every day. That's it. Stay active and get kinetic.